In today's video, we're building a screen flow that allows users to search for an account and instantly display all related cases using an automatically triggered screen actions. But here is a twist. We're going to leverage an auto-launched flow to do the heavy lifting behind the scenes. This combination helps keep your flows clean, modular, and reusable. Our use case is simple but powerful. Imagine you're a support agent. You want to quickly find an account and view all the related cases without navigating away or running reports. With screen flow and auto launch flow, we can make that happen right from a button, a utility bar, or an app page. Let's get right into it. First, we're going to create an auto-launched flow. This is going to do all the heavy lifting behind the scenes. The first element we'll be adding here is the get records element. And here we're getting all related cases to an account. So we'll label this get cases. The object is case, and the filter conditions will be the account ID. So the account on the case equals to, we're going to create a variable to store the account ID. Here, we're going to create a new resource, and this is going to be a variable. We can call this account ID, and the data type is text. Mark it available for input because we're going to be using this in our screen flow. Next, we're going to create a new resource. We want to create a record collection variable, and this is going to be used to store the cases output. This is a record variable and the object is case. We are allowing multiple values. It's a collection where we'll store all the cases, and we're marking this available for output because we'll be using this in our screen flow. Here, we're storing all records and automatically storing all fields. Save the flow and give it a label. So let's call this auto-launched flow to get related cases to an account and save. Next, we'll add an assignment element. This assignment element is going to be used to store the cases from the get cases records. So it's going to be storing the output. So let's call this assign cases to variable. The variable is going to be the case records collection variable that we created. This is going to be storing the output from the get record. So the get cases from get cases will be stored in it, and then we can save our flow and activate. Next, we're going to be creating a screen flow, which we call the auto launch flow that we created initially. The first element here is the screen element. We're going to be using lookup components. The API name can be any name that is descriptive. Let's just call this account. And then the field API name is account ID. That's the ID of account on cases. The label is select account. So we are selecting account. And then the object API name is case. Remember, we want to get all the cases that are related to an account. So our object focus here is case. Give the label a name. Let's just call it this screen action flow. And here we're going to be configuring screen actions. What's going to happen? when someone search for an account. That's what we're doing here. Here we're going to be referencing an auto launched flow. We're selecting an active auto launched flow to add a new automatically triggered action. So we're going to reference the get related cases to an account flow and give it a name. Here we're going to be passing the input account ID as an input on this flow from the auto launched flow, and this is going to be from the screen component. It's going to be account lookup and the record ID. So the record ID of whatever account that was selected here will be the ID of the auto launched flow. Remember, this ID on the auto launched flow is just a variable, right? It's just storing the account ID on the case object. Next, we're going to be using a data table. So let's just call this case data table, and the label can be something like select cases from account. Source collection would be get cases, that is from the auto launch flow, get related cases to an account, the results, and the case records. Remember, this case records is a collection variable that was used to store the get cases output from the auto launched flow. So it's going to serve as a source collection on this flow. So the next thing is to configure the columns. What column are we showing? We're showing account name. Click on done. We can add the next column. Let's just say case number. Click on done. And then we can add, let's add priority. Is there any other thing we need to do on this screen? Let's click on done and save. So we're going to call our flow screen action to get related cases from account, and then we save. So if we debug these, here we can select an account. So I'm going to select United Oil and Gas Corp, and then all the cases on that account will show up. Yeah, so we can see the reactivity in action here. Instead of using a button, the automatically triggered screen action does the whole thing for us. You can now embed this screen flow in either a Lightning app page, a utility bar, or add a quick action on the account record page. For our case study, we're going to be adding it on the account record page. To create an action button, we're going to go to account and click on new action. The action type here is flow, and we'll select the flow from the drop down. Give it a label. Let's call this select cases, and then save. To embed this action button on the page, go to edit page on the account Lightning page. Remember, we're using action button here, so we're not searching for flow. If you want to embed the flow, you can either drag it onto the page, right? But that's not our goal here today. We want to use a button, so we'll go to the action section and look for the button we just created, which is select cases, and then it appears on the highlight panel. We can save and go to our account page and launch the flow. And that's how to use screen flows and auto launch flows together to create powerful, reusable, and dynamic user experiences in Salesforce. No code is required. Drop a comment if you have a use case you would like me to build next. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll never miss a Salesforce automation tip. Until next time, keep building smarter.